Hello everyone and welcome to another spectacular season of Backmarkers Racing League's ARCA series, the signature series. We're now on a Tuesday night and it is prime time for us to shine out here, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of new faces, lots of veterans out here bushwhacking. I'm telling you, it's going to be some good old-fashioned Daytona plate racing here tonight to start everything off at the Round Here Entertainment 150. Woo, baby, we getting started real early. I, of course, am Rain Braun, your broadcast host here, and we will be joined shortly by my broadcast partner, Tyler Barnett. But if you're here, that means you're on our new channel, Backmarkers Racing League. Well, no better time like the present. It is time for you to go below and to click that subscribe button and to click that bell button, because every time you do, my heart grows 2 sizes a lot bigger. So please, thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing the rest of you for the rest of this race and for the rest of the season. Let's get started. Okay, I kind of went hog wild for a second.
Nah, I vibe with it, bro. I like the energy. I subscribe and the bell notification, and I was like, going for it.
Thank you very much for waiting patiently while we sorted out that audio issue. Thank you very much. As you can tell, we're very excited for this new season of ARCA here at the Backmarkers Racing League, here with our new series sponsor, GTCC, with our own Nathan Gentry sponsoring that for us. We are coming into the new era of our ARCA series as Kevin Baumler takes the pole here, provisional pole, on the qualifying so far. It has been an incredible start here, but as of course, we got to get to the introductions. I am your broadcaster, Rain Braun, here with broadcast colleague and Season 1 ARCA champion, Tyler Barnett. Woo! How's it going, Tyler?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Well, I've been better. I'm a little bit ill this evening still, coming off of being sick last week, but we are going to make the most of it here tonight, and it's a good thing I've got somebody like you in my corner to help do some heavy lifting.
Yes, sir. Well, good news for you. I had some tea and I had some coffee. My throat muscles are ready to start speaking. My vocal cords are ready to go. So I will be taking over as much as I can to relieve the poor soul that is Rain.
Thank you very much. I also happen to have a nice warm sinus soothing tea right next to me and has been doing wonders, but every once in a while a cough tries to sneak up on me and I can't catch it in time to punch it out, so I gotta mute up a little bit so you guys don't have to hear my recovery period here. But man, here we are. It's Daytona. I mean, what's more to say? It's Daytona, man. It's plate racing. It's the super speedway. It is a good old time here at the Round Here Entertainment 150. We have a ton of new faces, a ton of returning faces doing some bushwhacking here tonight. Why don't you give us a little bit of introduction on some people here and also kind of explain what people are going to be seeing here tonight?
Well, I mean, let's start off with, you're right, it's Daytona. This place is magnificent. I am not even a huge fan of plate racing personally. I don't really like driving it because, I don't know, it's very stressful, to say the least. So, even if you win here, no matter what it is, it just feels special at Daytona. So, here you're going to see a lot of nose to tail, two wide action, a lot of people that are just going to be kind of calm at first, I'm hoping, but it's still going to be very, very interesting seeing them going about 170, maybe 180 miles per hour, going side by side, nose to tail, within a couple inches of each other. Very, very intense, and any little mistake is going to cause disaster for the field. But another thing that you're going to see tonight is the banners on some of these cars. So obviously, the GTCC Cup or ARCA Series. Sorry, I got a little over ahead of myself there. So the ARCA Series is sponsored now by our own Nathan Gentry in the number 10 car, taking over apparently my old ride and putting a Ford on that front end. And he has done so much work, and one of those minor pieces of work that he's done that make this whole league just a major thing is those banners. So you're going to see the gray Bush Mountains on some of the ARCA cars here. Those are going to be your typical ARCA guys that are running for a championship. If you see the yellow banner, those are going to be the guys that are coming down from our new truck series. Our truck series is for those that are more seasoned veterans of the BMR Racing series, and they were able to promote due to IR, which is the iRacing kind of skill level, I guess you can call it, and our own personal BMR's SL points, super license points. So those guys in the truck series, they only get 3 total races that they can run in this ARCA championship, and they can only run within the first, I want to say it is 9 races, because the last 4 races are only for the ARCA drivers, so we don't mess up a championship. So you're going to see a mix of banners throughout the night, and you're probably going to see those truck guys working together, bushwhacking a little bit, we call it. But otherwise, I think that we're just going to see a lot of hectic 2-wide, possibly even 3-wide racing at the end here, and hopefully we get a good show tonight.
Absolutely, and of course, we have some changes in teams, as always, with those guys getting promoted up. So we will be going over some of these new team changes, and of course, we're gonna give you some of our perspectives here on who looks to be making some pretty big early moves, and who has a pretty positive outlook for the rest of the season based on how they do here. I mean, it takes something to be fast, of course, but on a track like Daytona, where you can kind of get in line and just kind of truck around, as long as you can hold your line and keep your pedal down, you're pretty much gonna do okay. Especially with some decent pitch strategy. However, there are some other factors that will really show who's going to have some better prowess on different races throughout this season, just based on how they maneuver through these packs and the decisions they make and what they do in those times of of tribulation, essentially, really having to get their mental metal put together. So we're gonna be seeing some really interesting stuff here happening as we take a look, of course, at the current running here of the Around Here Entertainment 150. It is our, as I said, third season of ARCA here, and we are very, very excited to be getting started. And we will be going over this starting grid in just a moment here, as soon as I can get the qualifying results set. Yes, it looks like here we go. And in a very big surprise, picking up some early points for pole position, Kevin Baumler, Evil Empire SimSport. How about that?
Well, I am not surprised anymore. Last season, he was a top 10 to possibly a mid-pack guy. He did a ton of work in the off-season. He's been running a lot of late models with us on Monday nights, which you guys should tune in on Backmarkers Racing YouTube page. We broadcast that as well with our own Jay Bast and Brady Powers. Very, very great broadcast for the short track lovers. So with that, he has been putting in a ton of work. He has impressed me tremendously, and he's running very, very quickly. He's usually top 3 in the practice boards, top 3 in qualifying, and top 3 in the race usually, maybe even top 5 if he's having a rough day. So this doesn't surprise me, but I know dang well that throughout the season he is going to be up there giving those truck guys for the first few races some trouble, and then the rest of the races they're going to have to worry about Mr. Kevin Baumler up there.
Absolutely. There you go. An early prediction right off the bat. Somebody who's going to be a big deal. Following right behind him, not at all a surprise, Blake Hoppy. And Blake Hoppy, of course, he is bushwhacking here tonight. As we can see, if I can get a little bit of a camera angle on that those first cars, we might be able to see that banner. Looks like every angle. Yeah, there you go. That Oreo car, you can kind of see the yellow banner as opposed to the banner beside him. That is the major difference on the windshield. That's how you'll be able to tell. Some people are missing the banners here tonight, but that's just nature of some people getting their schedules put together. It will be more uniform starting this next week. What is happening with Dustin Bally? He is still in his pit.
Interesting. I wonder if he missed the start. That's unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll be able to get back up there at some point.
Dustin Bally, he was third.
Wow, look at Steve Loving as well.
Yeah, that was... Wow, it's both of them. What happened there? They're both not showing, but they're both in their respective chat. I wonder what happened. That's very interesting. What happened there? But yeah, I guess this shakes things up a little bit. We're going to have to slide those two out. And 5th place, Austin Holbrook with Off the Wall Racing. He's returning this season to ARCA as opposed to moving up to trucks. He was capable, but he just decided he wanted to try out ARCA one more season. Really give a shot at the championship. He's a guy who definitely could win it, so I definitely don't blame him for wanting to give it a shot.
I can totally see that happening as well. Austin, he has improved so much, and he has shown a lot of speed last season. I was very impressed with his performance. Just a lot of unlucky not mistakes, but just unlucky moments that happened. And I think he's going to be another championship contender today with Kevin as well.
And to finish out, rounding out this top 5 before we get ready to go green here, Logan Monteith. Of course, he's bushwhacking here tonight. He was the 2nd place last season, as well as season 1, if I'm correct. Runner-up both seasons for ARCA. So he's here to get some good wins and head into the truck series, as is Robert Brobst, as we get ready. And we're getting started here at the Round Here Entertainment 150. Everything's heading green. And it looks like Dustin Bally and Steve Loving are now coming off the track. They are definitely not where they want to be at this point. It is not just them. I see Tanner Prater, Michael Boyles, Jackson Samsel. All are showing towards the back of the pack here. Did they all miss getting on?
No, these guys in the back didn't, except for Steve Loving and Dustin Bally. I think they're expecting an early caution, and they're going to get their lap back, and they're just going to start at the rear of the field. I mean, those two, we know that they work together. Steve even has a picture of Dustin in the back of his car, if we can get to that at some point. But right now we have Kevin Baumler up here, him and Blake Hoppy side by side, and they're just going to be content running side by side with each other. Nobody making some very big moves right now, just hanging out and trying to click off some laps before things get a little bit hectic. Logan Monteith is going to shove Blake Hoppy to the lead. Logan, he is a very, very underrated pusher. He is super, super good at pushing. Him and I, in the clash of the first season, he was able to shove me through the corner, and I just hung on for dear life, but he was pushing me just right to where I didn't have to try to save the car, and we maintained the lead, and we didn't die. So he is an underrated pusher, probably one of the best pushers I've ever met, and obviously in the league with that. We have Austin Holbrook looking up a little bit, kind of drifting off that bottom lane, trying to get a little bit of the side draft off the 23 and the 99 up there. Those Evil Empire boys, 1, 2, 3 in that top lane, and I think Kevin wants to get up there at some point.
Interesting. You know, I'm wondering, I'm speculating here, and we'll have to ask them later, perhaps. Maybe we'll catch them on a caution,
we got a 3 real quick first.
I'm curious as to whether Steve and Dustin decided, because of how far up they qualified, to just drop to the back and see how they work their way up.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I do think that they were expecting a caution, though, to bring them back to the lead lap. But at this point, I think they're just hanging out, just content running 1-2 right now and shoving each other, getting some work together. Maybe some practice for the Truck Series Thursday night. But looking at this big pack right here, they are 2x2x2x2. They are just content, but it looks really cool. They are doing a great job at holding the line.
Yes, indeed. We have quite a few, people not really looking to make some moves just yet. People just kind of sussing things out, getting a feel for it, really taking their time, which is very much the key to a track in a race like this. It's timing. There's 60 laps to sit through here. If you make the wrong move and you're busted out, you lose that draft, that could be your race, you know? And that's not somewhere you want to be. It looks like the 88 Kevin Ballmer dropping back. He had to get below the yellow line. He's falling back a little bit here. He lost a lot of position here. He is still losing position. Unsure exactly what happened there, but hopefully he can make some catch up here as we look back at this front pack. Look who's out in front. It is Austin Holbrook. He has got himself up, and he is fighting with Blake Hoppy here as they are going neck and neck, side by side. Blake, of course, being pushed by teammate. I believe they're also teammates in trucks. Is that correct?
Oh, Robert,
oh no,
Robert
Austin, no, Robert!
Robert, the man, the myth, the legend that we all know.
That is a massive wreck. That is everyone.
That was an insane wreck, and that was due to Robert just being a little bit too extreme with the pushes in the corner. You cannot do that with these cars. You have to have a special type of bond.
Well, I can't wait for me to be clipped calling him like that. In this instance, let's take a look. Go back. I know everybody gets very excited when I get elevated. Let's see where this started. I have some early crashes here. Nicholas Moffat. Let's see where this is saying from. Oh yes, indeed. We have to go back just a little bit. That is a pure Robert Brobst getting just under the left rear of Austin Holbrook and completely turning him down. Austin did a really great job of recovering it. I mean, he wasn't out immediately here. He steered back, he held, he tried to merge back in, but his rear end slid up, and that was it from there. As those two front cars pulled away, and the rest of the pack gets collected, Michael Gudger looks like he slides out of there without getting collected here. Anthony Cangelosi gets mega hit, gets squeezed in between the 70 and the 02. No, the 17 there. And then the 87 comes sliding down, sends Anthony down to the barricade. Victor Lugo getting spun as well. Yeah, there's some people plowing right up behind each other. Those good old ARCA breaks. So I guess we're about to see some major pitting.
Oh yeah,
here.
For sure. A lot of people are going to be taking their fast repair. That was definitely just a way too over-aggressive move on Robert, unfortunately. So we all know that, the league knows that there's a meme about Robert Brobst and plate tracks and shoving someone in the corner, and he does it again here. So that's unfortunate for the field, and man, we were having a good race there for a little bit too. So that's pretty upsetting, but it is what it is.
I'm just gonna do my best to not mention Austin's name. I feel like we keep jinxing him every time we talk about him, and I'm not appreciative of doing that to him. He's working really hard to get up here. So. I feel really bad about that. A lot of people got collected there though, and we're only working with one fast repair, I believe.
That is correct. So these drivers are gonna have to straighten it out and probably just get single file and work their way up from there. Hopefully we don't see that Thursday night, because that's a trucker that caused the first caution. That shows a little bit of something. These ARCA guys already calmed, cool, relaxed, but our trucker boys out here being a little over aggressive.
Just a little bit. And like that, I believe that if I take a look around here, I'm looking for names currently. It looks like Dustin Bally is now back on lead lap. Steve Loving is in the pits. He's still in the pits. Wonder what's going on with him tonight. As is Jackson Samsel and Michael Boyles are both in pits. Have they been in pits the entire time? No, they're pulling.
They have. I think they're waiting for everybody. I think they're waiting for everybody to leave so they can get hooked up together and just push each other through the field. People are just trying to team up with each other.
They're just doing a lot of practicing. Both of those guys are bushwhackers for trucks. They're really not trying to take out some ARCA guys here tonight, and take their opportunity at points. So a lot of people here are making some big moves, trying to just to kind of get some practice here, working with each other.
Well, what do you say we get Austin Holbrook up in the booth real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, let's see if we can make them in the speakers. I invited them to speak, but I don't know if they're going to be able to.
Oh, this is interesting. This might be an issue.
This may be an issue, and we may have to do something differently.
Yes.
So
indeed.
with that, Austin, we'll bring you back to your team. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it appears as if we can't actually promote somebody into the stage ourselves, which is not how we'd want to have that done. So just some little broadcasting troubles, little woes of figuring things out with some new systems we're trying to interact with here. It's going to require some investigation on our part there.
Yeah, definitely. But alas, we can talk amongst ourselves then. As we get ready to go to green here, we got the Evil Empire boys going 1, 2, and 3, and even 4 right there. They got the whole front 2 rows lined up right now.
And I gotta say, somebody who's a favorite of mine right now is that car sitting in 3rd place right now, that Evil Empire car, the 29 of Tyler DeTalent. He is, without a doubt, he's really not a dark horse in this aspect. He ran great during the preseason clash last week. He won the thing after last lap wreck, which definitely wasn't caused by the number 5 car or anything. So
incredible moments. But you have to give him credit. You have to give the 29 credit. He has come into a very, very good role at Evil Empire. He's going to be one of the heads of the team, and he's also going to be one of the championship favorites, in my opinion. He has come along so well. He showed a lot of potential last season. He was running a lot of top 5s, top 7s, and granted, he didn't have the finishes every once in a while. He'd have some bad luck happen to him, but throughout the race, you'd always see him up inside that 5th through 7th spot, and those top 5, the ones before him, they're all gone now, plus a couple of those guys behind him, so I can see him winning a few races this season. I can see him going probably like 2 or 3. I can also see Cavan as well, so I think we're going to have an Evil Empire championship battle.
I'd be betting on it, as a matter of fact. I don't mean to imply that he's Mickey Moused his way into that win at the Clash. He was up there almost most of the night, fighting his way up. I believe he was in the front row. It was a 3-wide front row in that last moment, that last lap, as he got sent around. And, I mean, he was fighting for it. If that wreck hadn't happened, he still would have been fighting for the lead at that point. So he is definitely a high contender in my eyes.
You know what you can't forget either? He led most of the laps in our Daytona 500.
Oh, we have another caution out.
The field fans out so they could start slowing it down a little bit. Let's see what happened. He said he couldn't slow down in time, so ARCA break looking like it. The 17 of Matthew Miller just hit the apron and kind of stopped on the track. It wasn't really the 69's fault.
Let's see what happened here. as we do, and of course, getting right in front of Anthony Cangelosi, poor guy. He's a fast guy. He's just, yeah, wow. Oh, and the 70 car as well. It just looks like he got kind of slow, and Anthony didn't really feel like he had anywhere he could go except for behind him. A couple of people get caught up in that. It's unfortunate.
I mean, it's true. He really had nowhere else to go. He was going so fast. He wasn't expecting the 17 to check up like that. The 17 just hit the apron. If that happens, you just got to keep your foot in it. Kind of drift up the track a little bit if you really got to, knowing somebody's behind you. Let them go by. But unfortunate wreck, but that's what ARCA's for. That's our lowest series right now for the beginners and new guys to the league. So
Absolutely,
hopefully
try things
we'll get this all figured out.
Learn it out here together. Matthew Miller is in the pits at this point. Hopefully he's able to get it back together, get back out on track here. That's the whole idea, is just trying to learn here. This is a growth league, you know. ARCA is that stepping stone to get up there. Eventually people are going to find themselves. It looks like a couple of people are coming in right now. Dade Grajewski heading down pit road. I wonder if he had to pit earlier. If he didn't, is this his option to try to short pit here? Very interesting.
Well, I just looked at the pit road or the fuel window. It is 45 laps, and now it's just me sitting on pit road. So they could be about 40 something laps. Some people could probably try to stretch it in the draft, maybe save like 5-6 laps or so. But as of right now, I don't think anybody's gonna make it.
Very interesting. And it looks like a number of people. Anthony Cangelosi is staying out. He's got a decent amount of damage to that front. Basically got a raised hood. I wonder if he's thinking he can hold it. He really doesn't have an option, though. He had to use his fast repair on that first accident. I mean, he got hard collected in that. If he goes in now, he's basically kissing his race goodbye. But I mean, I guess I wonder if you think you might be fast enough to not lose it, or if your steering's not out of alignment, do you try to pit it, or do you just try to hang on for a little bit and maybe you know, try to get some repairs a little bit later when you have to go in for your regular pit at that point?
Each caution lap is about 1:30 here, so you can go down, get a decent amount of damage fixed, and still catch back up to the field in time for a green flag. So I'd say go down pit road, get some of that damage fixed, do as much as you can, and then try not to get caught in another one. But real quick, let's give a shout out to our now league sponsor, Nathan Gentry. His scheme is absolutely fantastic tonight. It is definitely my paint scheme of the night.
So we head up here to the number 10. Yes, indeed. Let's take a look at him. Ooh, look at that thing. That's a beautiful number 10. GTCC sponsored this new season of ARCA. We are heading into the future, ladies and gentlemen. New sponsor, new season, new faces. It's all coming together. And, of course, a new series starting on Thursday, Truck Series. The Sly Designs Truck Series starting on Thursday there. I believe it is the Sly Designs 200 at Daytona. We will be starting as well, so you're definitely going to want to make sure you are checked into that. About half of this field should at least be here for that one. A little more than half, even. It's going to be a pretty packed truck race. We have really great turnout for these races. This league really has grown over this past year, and really taken on a life of its own almost. I mean, there's so many competitors, so many active people, so many people invested in making something cool out of this, and can't thank everybody enough for putting in the time and the effort.
Yeah, it is awesome. And I mean, if anybody from the league is watching right now that isn't in this race, thank you for being a part of this league and being a part of something hopefully great coming up in the future. Hopefully more sponsors come, hopefully more money comes in, and that'd be really cool if we can start paying you guys, because that would be like the pinnacle of this league, because I think a lot of these drivers do deserve it. They are so good. I mean, look at Logan Monteith, Tyler DeTalent, Blake Hoppy. Obviously, I'm just naming our boys from the Evil Empire group because, you know, got to be a little bit biased here and there. But I mean, Michael Gudger himself, Cofield. A lot of people here deserve some recognition for the talent that they have coming to this service in iRacing, and hopefully we can put it on display here at Backmarkers Racing League. But I wanted to ask you before we went green. That's a little too late now, but we'll do it next caution if there is one.
Hey, that's okay. You can ask me while we're green anyway.
Well, who do you think is going to be a championship contender, and who is your way too early championship prediction?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. My way too early guesses here. I'm gonna throw into the hat here. I mean, we've talked about Tyler DeTalent, and that is a great name to have. Obviously, he is somebody who's got a real chance for it. Austin Holbrook, I mentioned earlier, he's another guy who really has a huge opportunity to make some big moves and to really show what he's got going on. But I mean, I was watching practice earlier, and I was watching some people move around and do stuff, and by all accounts, if some of these guys are going to be running full time, just based on their speed and what they were capable of doing, somebody like the 72 of Alan Warnecki, I saw him making some insane moves earlier. He's definitely got some serious potential in my eyes to go, as well as the 26 of Victor Lugo. Victor, a little bit loose during some practice, but he was holding strong and fast. He was commanding, and he's done pretty decent for himself out here today so far in that McDonald's car. He is another contender, I think, a little bit of a dark horse even, of a new face showing up.
It looks like.
Oh, we do!
Oh, we're looking to stay green, though. No caution.
Taryn Modcurdy, the 51. It looks like it's just him.
Got a couple other people involved. I just went back to it, so this is what it looks like is happening. He started following the 94 car of our rookie. Let's see who it is. Trying to get all the names down. Oh, he just... Wow. That's weird. His car just turned right on him, it looked like. He came off the corner and just snapped right. That's super weird. I wonder if somebody was blinking behind him, because it looked like he just got turned. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. We might have to take a look here if we get another caution and go back and look at it. But if he just snaps right, perhaps he had a hardware issue in his car.
No, because it was contact. Oh, I think it was Victor Lugo. He was lagging, and he said whoops in the chat. So I think he just lagged into the 51 car and just turned him, unfortunately.
That's interesting, because I was looking straight at Victor Lugo that entire time, and as we were talking about him, and I didn't think I saw him. I don't know what happened. Oh, yeah, he just turns right. No, Victor Lugo was nowhere near him in that 26 car.
Did you see him at the time of the spin? I don't see him at all. I think he's gone. Exactly, he just lagged into him.
No, I mean, like, from what I can see, he wasn't even in front of him. He was behind him.
Weird, because he just turned right, and it definitely looked like contact. So I guess somebody just lagged into him. Somebody was just gone, and...
That was some strange netcode.
That was the ghost of the number 3 car.
It sure looks like really just decided to take him out there. I have no idea what happened there. We have a blink right now, as a matter of fact. Blake Hoppy blinked a little bit there. Wonder if iRacing servers are doing okay tonight. It's very interesting. This pack up here is definitely pulled away. Victor Lugo and Jackson Samsel working together back here, trying to catch up to that pack, looks like.
Jackson needs to get a little bit closer to the bumper there, especially on the straightaways. Try to tuck in and push him closer to that draft of Blake Hoppy, who is barely sniffing the 48's draft right now. It looks like he's probably just going to lay back a little bit, let Victor and Jackson catch up to him, and then from there, kind of just work their way back into the field. But Blake is blinking really bad right now, so he may just be hanging out there for purposes of not killing the field.
And when you look at this as well, we're currently looking at a battle. Logan Monteith pushed by Tyler DeTalent and Jonathan Cofield just behind. And right beside him, Michael Gudger fighting to try to get himself that elusive victory that isn't the clash last season at Daytona. He's looking for a real season victory to finally count for him. Of course, it won't go towards points or anything, as he is a bushwhacker for trucks, but this could be some serious momentum that might help him going into the trucks race this Thursday.
A win's a win, man. A win's a win, and we already know that these two have history, so I don't see them cutting each other too big of a break. But, I mean, they're racing clean right now. Adam and Tyler almost touched. They decided to high-five doors just a tiny bit. But this pack up here has been pretty clean. We got Nathan Gentry at the end of this pack right now, looking at his teammate to the inside of him, Tanner Prater. He has honestly come a long way. I remember his first race. He was a little at first, but coming through the rest of the season, he really improved.
We've seen a lot of that from a lot of guys, and well, we'll continue to see it, especially the guys that are still down in ARCA, as they get a handle on these super loose cars.
Yeah, Tyler just gave him a huge shove. I saw that rear end lift up on the 99, and I was already writing Logan's gravestone as he was about to get turned into the inside.
Well, no, I do believe that is Michael Gudger's job, the resident Brian Vickers. It is his job to turn Logan Monteith at Daytona, so it's just a matter of time before we get there, I'm sure. Of course, just we kid, but that is a little bit of poking fun at Michael for a scenario that happened at the Clash last season. Do you want to watch the Clash that happened last season? Well, you can't, because something happened on YouTube and it just disappeared. So
never happened.
never existed.
So not even Michael's points paying win is documented, so he has no wins in the series. Can confirm.
Can confirm, absolutely. But of course, Adam Lang just behind him there. Man, he's also looking very strong. And just behind him, Derek Moore. Derek Moore joined just before this race started. He entered the lobby. He'd gotten registered in. So just before the deadline, he gets registered. And he is up there fighting at the front of the pack, looking really solid so far. I mean, really want to shed some light on some of these newer guys. We look at the 94, Christopher Pendell.
Joe Rapp on the high side. Everyone's going to have to try and dip down a little bit, make it 3 wide for a brief second.
Oh, he's dragging the wall, trying to stay up there. Good on him.
Good on him.
Absolutely. He knows his car's banged up. He just wants to run. So he's not, Joe Rapp's not looking to hurt anybody's night tonight here. Just ate a little bit more wall to make sure he doesn't end up in anybody else's door. So that's great. As I was speaking, though,
about half an inch.
As I was saying, the 91, Derek Moore, and Caleb Durgan in the 3 car there as well, looking like a late model car he's got. Oh, whoa, speaking of which, whoa. Just as that happened, as we switched to him, looks like the 91 came down into his door. Is that right?
Yeah, the 94 just dumped him.
Wow, it looks like he just got really loose, came straight down into his door. And that is the caution. I bet we're going to see a lot of pitting here. Takes a lot of the strategy out of it at this point, but, I mean, hey, what can you say, right? Let's head back, take a look at the 3 car here. Yeah, wow. It seems like anybody I give a little bit of credit to what they're doing so far is doing not great. So don't ask me what I think about anybody anymore tonight, okay?
What do you think about Logan? What do you think about Tyler? What do you think about Michael? What do you think about Jonathan? What do you think about Adam? The top 5.
Boy, they're looking great. I bet they're gonna win. Yeah, wow, it looks like he just got really loose and came straight down left. Tried to save it, but he couldn't. He just ended up in the 3's door. Everybody manages to try to get around him. 94 eats a lot of wall on that. The 3's got some door damage. And looks like most everybody else manages to avoid anything there. As Joe Rapp dives down the pits. And so does nobody else yet. Yeah, okay. My live timing tower is just going absolutely wild, lying to me that there are people going down pit road, so do bear with me here. Man. Well,
man, I think iRacing is just having a rough time tonight. They're talking about in the chat about admin cautions being thrown right now because iRacing just refuses to throw it, even though they're obviously warranted. And I know for sure I checked them because I made that mistake last season at Charlotte where it cost you a good finish, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about all that.
All I know is that we went 100% green flag.
And here they all come down pit road. Logan Monteith, Michael Gudger, Tyler DeTalent, Adam Lang, Derek Moore, Abraham Kalufa, Caleb Durgan, Daniel Morris Jr., Nathan Gentry, Tanner Prater, Blake Hoppy.
Oh, Adam misses pit stall. Adam misses pit stall. He's going to be going back far. He missed it by 2 whole stalls. Wow. He was pitting with Michael Gudger, and he's a stall behind the... Who is that? It looks like the 87 or the 91 because the 87's got the wrong paint scheme on, it looks like. But
and was that Adam Lang or was that
Adam Lang?
Adam Lang, wow.
Not a very common mistake by him. He's usually pretty good at pit lane. But look at who's up in front of Tyler DeTalent right now. Abraham Kalufa. He is running 3rd place right now.
It looks like Anthony Cangelosi is down pit road. He will be taking required repairs here. Hopefully it doesn't cost him too big in the end. He was holding pretty strong for everything he's gone through so far. But yeah, let's take a look here at Abraham Kalufa. Abraham, of course, is still running the ARCA series. He is a part of Impact Racing. And he had a pretty interesting season last season. Not really anything super noteworthy to start with. Some wrecks, some stuff of kind of getting used to, I guess getting used to the car, getting used to the racing. And then at the end, we just kind of started seeing him mid-pack racing his way kind of forward. It looked like he really started to get a handle on things. There were still some minor hiccups here and there, but I mean, by all accounts, it really looks like he's starting to get a handle on this car.
Yeah, definitely, and I want to see him improve. 84, I'm biased. That's one of my favorite numbers, thanks to my not my great-grandpa. Wow, I am just a little off tonight with my family. Thanks to my grandpa who ran 84 at Saga Speedway. Him and Ron Hornaday's good buddies. And my dad just picked up that number as well, so by proxy, I love number 84, so I like seeing the 84 do well. Too bad Jimmy Johnson can't do it, so we're relying all on you, Abraham.
Speaking of love, there is love for the number 29 car. Thank you, Mr. John DeTalent, sending some love for his son. His son Tyler DeTalent here out in our chat. He is definitely a biased fan, and we love that. Tyler DeTalent is easily one of the most beloved racers here. Many times you'll check in and you'll look at the live chat and what's going on. It's people cheering for Tyler DeTalent, saying, let's go to Talent. It is absolutely insane the little bit of cult following he's got himself going behind here. He's definitely a fan favorite.
It's self-explanatory. He's an awesome dude. Him and I are really good buddies outside of the track, and we love talking Supercross, NASCAR, anything in existence, in all honesty. He's a cool dude, and I'm glad that he's in this racing league because he definitely enhances it. So shout out to the DeTalent family watching and any of his friends as well. And speaking of more love, we got Steve Lovin to the outside of him in 6th place right now. He started down pit road, almost went a lap down, and now look at him up inside that top 10.
What a comeback.
How'd you like the transition too?
Yeah, it's just you and me firing back and forth. That's right. I mean, yeah, Steve, he started on pit road. He missed the gridding. We'll find out if that was intentional. I'm just going to go ahead and say on his behalf, it was. And
that's what I was thinking, man. I really think it was intentional. Him and Dustin Bally working together.
Yeah, I do believe they probably just wanted to sit back and draft each other up to the front. And the caution kind of pulled things out.
So, sad story about Dade. Unfortunately, this season, he's only going to be running part-time. He is one of our longest members here. He's an admin of the not the super late model, sorry, of the late model league. He was, oh no. Wow.
Oh, a big one. Oh, and it's collecting in the back too. This is not, oh man.
I think you're a little bit behind there.
I don't know. I'm seeing it live. There was a collection behind the collection in front.
Oh wow, that is insane. Let's see what happened there.
It looks like something happened to the 84. We're gonna have to go take a look really far back here, ladies and gentlemen. Give us just a moment. We were only green for a short moment. Definitely go back to the 84. Let's take a look here. See what exactly caused this. I'm telling you, I think it might just be the curse of me talking tonight.
Yep, I think so too.
Because he comes down and Tyler DeTalent goes up, and they both just door touch. I mean, it's as simple as it could possibly be. And man, the 7 plows Jonathan Cofield. Jonathan had to check up. I guess I mean, yeah, it definitely seemed like it. So I mean, not really a lot the 7 could probably do, being right behind him. He collects Blake Hoppy up back there, and then in the back, people are starting to kind of filter out and try to avoid it, and it just looks like everyone just kind of gets caught trying to get out of the way. So
yeah,
it looks
unfortunate.
like number 5, Robert Brobst, gets turned by the 18, and that sends him into the 14 of Tanner Prater. sending him into Michael Boyles in the 05, hitting Austin Holbrook, kind of only hitting him on the side, maybe minimal damage. The 18 did ride the 69 of Anthony Cangelosi, though, and that is really unfortunate for him, as he is now dealing with some pretty serious damage. It is fair to say his night is probably shot here. Just too many accidents occurring around him, really not giving him a shot to get up there. Austin Holbrook as well, but as I said, hopefully that's not too much damage, but a lot of guys about to be pitting for a long time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunately, these guys are just getting a little too aggressive.
Whoa! Wreck on pit road!
Oh.
It looks like... I'm not sure who that was that caught Robert Brobst. The number 3 hit Robert Brobst, plowed him up.
That was crazy. Wow, Robert just not having a good night. He started off this race with a wreck with Austin Holbrook, and he has now been finished.
Yeah, that just about does it. That's really unfortunate. His car is really, really hurting here, as is the 18. The 12 probably just trying to repair as much damage as possible. As I said, the 69 looks like he's out at this point. Blake Hoppy coming down pit road right now, gonna try to get some repairs. And the 05 just about missed his pits, did a really hard left dive in initially, but he is in there as well at this point. As we take a look, how have things shaken out in the front? Well, what do you know? It's Dave Reduce. He's still hanging on up there, considering he had it for a lap. But hey, he's getting some solid points right now for leading laps at this point. So,
well, unfortunately, like we were saying, he unfortunately is not going to be running full time. I tried to convince him he's going to be running full time in his Monday Night League that I'm running as well, but he just decided that he needed a little bit of a break. I do wish he'd run full time because I feel like he's improving ever so slightly. But maybe if he gets a win tonight, he will come back full time with us.
It does indeed look like there is a broadcaster's curse tonight. I see some people in chat talking about it. And let me tell you, I'm going to do my best to just not talk about anyone else. I'll say no more names. It's on me. I'll take this one. And I'll just ask you a bunch of questions, Tyler. Yeah, it's like the pace car. He's looking pretty good tonight.
He's looking like he's leading a couple laps right now.
Yeah,
it'd be a shame if he gets stuck on pit road for the rest of the race.
He's looking very clean. He's had really good lines, and the way he dives down pit road, I mean, he's looking fantastic. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this whole thing.
I mean, look at him block right now. Look at him block right now. He's able to maneuver the draft with both lanes behind him. He's running in the middle right now. He's cutting through the air with that light bar, and it's just taking away all the air from the cars behind him.
Well, goodness gracious, iRacing just about crashed on me there. Everyone disappeared, but it looks like they're all coming back, so that's good. And it looks like
iRacing
dropped out a little bit too,
tonight.
The stream is going strong still. We are still live and still looking good. Yeah, unfortunately. And
all right, well, the pace car getting ready to come down pit road.
I'm hearing word right now from
hopefully
number
he stays
69, Anthony Cangelosi. He has reported he has 8 minutes of repairs, so it does look like his night is pretty much over.
That's unfortunate.
Trying to work for some points, maybe get back out there when he's done, but he is definitely looking at a lot. Oh, the pace car's wrecking! The pace car is wrecking! This is no joke. The pace car just wrecked on stream.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. The number 6 car going to get out to a really good jump. He's going to hop up in front of... No, he's not. He's going to stay down with his teammate, Michael Gudger. And Logan is going to file right in between them all. So it's going to be a 3-car breakaway for a second. Abraham Kalufa getting right up to him. So is Cofield. It looks like Loving into Talent on the outside, kind of struggling to get going just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was not a wreck that you saw, even though it looked like it. For just the solid past 20 seconds, no cars decided to appear on track for me. I am unsure what is happening here this evening, but I do not like it. So let's just keep our
certified iRacing moments.
Yeah, I really think iRacing's having a hard go of it here tonight, because it is giving me some trouble for no reason. And looks like Logan Monty is going to jump to the outside.
Big jump. Here comes Cofield as well, it looks like. No, he's going to stay with that bottom pack right there. Monteith's going to try and pinch a 6. The 6 almost drifts up.
I'm unsure. It almost looked like
that was
netcode the 64, because the 64 checked up a little bit. Right at the same time, it almost looked like netcoded into him a little. But the 6 held on to it.
Well, they're all still driving. Yeah, they're all still driving. Good job on Dade if that was netcode. But look at that push by DeTalent. Almost getting him side by side, neck and neck going into 3. No, he's going to be at the bumper, though, of Dade. And he's got his Evil Empire buddy, Logan Monteith, has Tyler right behind him. And for all the Tyler DeTalent fans, that was a massive push. You got to tell him after the race, nice pushing. He has always been a really good pusher. At Daytona 500, he was shoving the heck out of me. I was getting super sideways, and we were going straight to the front, him and I, the Tyler and Tyler show.
Oh man, the Tyler and Tyler show. Now that is a show I would tune into every week. And it's absolutely incredible. To the talent family, you hear that? Your son, your brother, your whoever to you, he is a good pusher. That guy, he can get people to the front. Just hopefully at one point it's going to be him getting to the front as opposed to pushing somebody else there, as he is definitely a guy deserving of wins. And as you said, he's a favorite of yours. He's not a favorite of mine. Forget him. I don't even like him. That's just trying to save him from the curse there. But Jackson Samsel blinking like crazy back there.
He's gonna do explode. He's only gonna explode. Jackson Samsel, you said, was jumping around?
It's Jackson Samsel was back there blinking absolutely crazy. Man, this field just behind them is getting kind of all over the place. I really think iRacing is struggling with some stuff here tonight.
Daniel Morris Jr., one of our rookies, he just dove straight to the bottom, cutting off the nose of Derek Moore, it looked like. Adam Lang coming through the field. It looks like he's going to contemplate going 3 wide. He's going to hop up with the 12 car. Your boy right there, Mr. Austin Holbrook, after getting wrecked early from Robert Bropes. He's coming back up to the field. He's ready for some more.
Yes, indeed.
Nathan Gentry almost looking. Nathan Gentry kind of drifting off the bottom just a little bit. That's a little bit worrying on the outside, guys, just because you don't know how high he's going to come up, and you don't really want to pinch him, because if you know that he's going to come up, he's just going to door you and then cause a big wreck. So always got to be cautious with those guys. Don't hug the bottom line, but looking like it's all clean for right now.
You'll have to confirm for me here. I do have a report. I mean, it looks like Nicholas Moffitt and Joe Styles are still in the pits, but I got a report here that Derek Cat is out.
Yeah, most likely. No, he's out on track, actually, it looks like.
Interesting. So he is showing up
he's
incorrectly in
the
tower. Hopefully that
he's out. He's out on track, that is.
Yeah, he's out, all right.
That boy's really good now. Oh, when you get a chance, let's go back to this lead pack right now. They're getting a little bit racy up here. We have Logan Monteith and Tyler DeTalent on the outside, with Steve Levin coming up with Dustin Bally, one of his good buddies, right behind him. Dustin looking at himself because of that back bumper, Steve Levin. That's right, you swooped these two up.
Well,
you swooped up the two friends.
Well, let me just tell you straight up, it was very easy. Dustin ran for me last season, off the wall racing. Gave me a really great season with 2 victories. And couldn't have been happier. Wanted him to come help me start the trucks team alongside Jay Bast. Offered them both contracts right out the gate. They both wanted to come on board and help push the thing. And from there, it was pretty easy to lure Steve Loving in, because he really wanted to run alongside Dustin. So here's a chance for them tonight to actually run basically as teammates, off the wall racing and trucks, that is, and kind of get a feel for it. We're going to see the real thing, though, on Thursday for sure.
Definitely, that's going to be a fun show to watch. But as of right now, we got a little bit of a teammate dose right here, a friend dose. Oh,
whoa! Right through the middle. What happened there? Oh, he tagged Anthony.
I hear spinning. I hear spinning.
That is that. I am unsure what happened here. That might have just been a scenario of a lot of people really not knowing what to do there. I'm unsure. Anthony was pretty clear in the middle. He got tagged a little and held on to it in the back from somebody who peeked up. I'm unsure as to why he got forced there in the beginning at that point, though. Let's take a look
I'm unsure why they held the middle. That is not a good idea. They need to either hug the bottom line or the top line. That was not a very smart move on everybody there.
I'm wondering if they even knew they were coming up on them. Maybe they were just trying to race each other at this point and didn't
I mean,
see.
that's why we have F3 up
Oh,
though
they came
for
off.
stuff like
Yes, I
that,
see. They had just come off pit road.
and that's why you gotta hug that bottom.
He went to pass the 69, went to pass the 35, and then everybody caught up to him very, very quickly. He gets tagged by the 10 who peeked up. Oh, that's, yeah, as simple as that. There was another incident not involving them. The 10 came underneath, and the 69 he got turned by the 69 because of it. That is a lot of very interesting circumstances falling there.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, obviously they didn't really make a lot of contact except for the 10 and the 69.
No, yeah.
But they need to hug
not.
either the top side or the bottom side
Yeah.
because that's just racing etiquette, plate track racing. You wanna either hug one of those two ends so the whole pack can get through. You know they're running a 2x2. Even if you pull out straight on track, you gotta look in that mirror always, and you gotta see that huge pack of cars coming up on you. So.
Well, I hate to say it, but I see some damage on Austin Holbrook's car as he's going down pit road. He might be in for a little bit here. Unless I'm just misseeing that damage on the right front. Maybe he's just pitting now, 22 to go, getting his final pit in. Hopefully that's the case. There are a number of people going down at this point, going to get their pitting. And look who's taking the lead.
Mr. Logan Monteith will have that lead, it looks like.
Once
he's
again,
led a lot of the race so far. Yeah, he's led a lot of the race.
him. It's Tyler DeTalent.
Mr. Tyler DeTalent, as always. But Dave Grajewski, though, he's still holding strong up in that podium position. I wonder what he's thinking right now. I wish we could interview him, but unfortunately, got some broadcasting thing to work out.
Yes, indeed. It looks like we're getting a lucky dog here. The 07, that is, Joe Rapp, heading himself around. Well, I do want to say, while this has been eventful, it's definitely been more cautions than we usually look forward to, but that's Daytona. It's almost kind of expected with the territory, especially with people getting behind the wheel who not necessarily familiar with the people they're around just yet, maybe not super familiar with the car just yet. They're only kind of just getting into ARCA. I mean, that's the whole reason we try not to take, serious action against guys who are making some mistakes here. And this is a big opportunity to teach them what they did wrong and what they can do right. And then penalties can follow after that point for the rest of the season, obviously. But I mean, there's definitely been some interesting shakes. As we said, we've seen some people really showing what they're capable of. But I mean, at this point, aside from Dave Grajewski, who is hugging third, and Tyler DeTalent, who is sitting second on that top line, it is pretty much a bushwhacker front at this point. They have all pretty much stayed clean and gotten around as much as they could, found their way around. So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, in all the top 10, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4. Only half of them are actual ARCA guys, unfortunately. I mean, they were running up there for a while. It's just had some bad luck and some bad mistakes happen, taking them out. But that's why they're in the truck series, though. That's why they're our, I guess, proverbial top tier guys, because they're up front a lot of the time, even on a plate track, a track that doesn't require much throttle modulation or brake modulation, tire saving, etc. They're just smart racers. They're going to get their way to the front somehow, some way, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. But that smart racer right next to Logan Monteith, Mr. Tyler DeTalent, he has been holding strong. Dave Grajewski doing some pit strategy, being able to hold onto the front, though. Hopefully he can do something as well for the end of this race. Well, we come to the green flag with 28 laps to go.
As we get ready to go here, Round Here Entertainment 150 or the GTCC Arca Series presented by Backmarkers Racing League. You are on the Backmarkers Racing League channel. If you're not already, please subscribe and click the like button. Really helps us out, boosts us in the algorithm. Lets everybody get to see your faves on a bigger stage in front of more eyes. So as we come to the green flag here, heading right around, and Logan Monteith shoots off from the pack, and Tyler DeTalent falls right in. And as everything kind of settles in, and we're taking a look, I mean, it seems like the more things have changed, the more they've stayed the same throughout this race. It has pretty much been the Logan Monteith, Tyler DeTalent show up there. Another name that stayed up there, Michael Gudger, who, of course, as we all know, really loves his plate racing and really puts in a lot of
Wow,
effort.
look at that pack on the outside, though. Here comes Dade. Here comes Dade going to the outside. Has 4 or 5 cars pushing him. Steve Lovin to the bottom of the track, though. We're going to see where Cofield goes right now. I think he's going to remain loyal to that top side. We got 4 cars and 4 cars coming up. This is going to be an even battle coming up to the start and finish line. Logan loses a little bit of momentum. So does Steve Loving. Here comes Tanner Prater on the outside. Dade is just about clear. Thinks about going to the bottom line, but can't leave his teammates like that. We got a couple people getting shaken up back behind them, but this outside lane is getting a lot of people. If Dade can hold it straight, keep that wind steady on him, and just pick up the rest of the cars behind him, they're going to skyrocket and launch the lead. Tyler DeTalent goes up to side draft just a little bit. Logan Monteith with the parachute on. Here comes that outside lane like a train. Going into turn 3, I think he's going to be able to almost clear him coming off the corner if he does it right. Going into the tri-oval, but I don't think he did it right there. He dropped off a little bit on speed. Michael Gudger pulled up right behind him, though, so they're going to get a good run coming off the corner. They're going to be tight, packed like little sardines up in there. Coming to the line, it is going to be Logan that's going to lead that lap, but they're going to be neck and neck going into turn 1.
And something interesting to note here is, of course, the vintage racing connection between those top 2 cars on that outside line, Michael Gudger and Dade Grajewski, and, of course, the Evil Empire alliance that is on that bottom line of Logan Monteith and Tyler DeTalent. I mean, this is a lot of seeing how cars teams play out. I mean, shoot, we're looking right back behind them. The off-the-wall racing tag team there of Steve Loving and Dustin Bally as well.
The ropes was at the back of this pack right now, but they're getting hooked up, and they're going to start working together, and they're going to stay on that high lane right now. Taryn in that very beautiful 51 Miller Lite machine. That is a cool-looking car. Nice throwback to the, what is it, the Blue Deuce, right?
Oh! Dustin gets very loose. Oh, he's turned!
No, that was all the 51's fault right there.
The commentator's curse.
I know, it's on to me now. I can't believe it. I've ruined him. I've ruined it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hate to announce this, but this is going to be a silent broadcast for the remainder of the night. Yeah, it's just, that looks so similar to the situation that occurred earlier between Tyler DeTalent and Abraham Kalufa. It's almost the exact same scenario playing out. Car comes down while the other car is coming up. Same time, boom, they meet in the middle. And it's enough to send them both.
Unfortunately, I don't know. Yeah, they're about 50-50 going into each other right now. I do think Taryn goes down a little bit further than Dustin goes up. But he's got to be cautious of that. So
and the 3 car he really tried to get to the outside, but he couldn't find anywhere to get around Dustin, and it spins him enough. Dustin managing to hold onto it best he can, not collect anything else, but a lot of people getting caught up in that one. I know you're definitely on the radio at this point, hearing what people are talking about. How's it sounding out there? I'm sure it's
not a lot of words.
Some annoyance.
Not a lot of words, in all honesty. Some people are just saying try to clean it up a little bit, and I totally agree with them. They need to start cleaning it up big time. A lot of stupid mistakes are happening, so they got to figure it out somehow, some way, and relatively soon, because we don't have a lot of laps left in this race.
Well, let me tell you, I do have a pit report right now. It does sound like, unfortunately, the 69 of Anthony Cangelosi for Off the Wall Racing is out for this race. We could stand by. We could pull him in here for an interview if you want to kind of talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, we can, definitely.
Let's see if we can get him up.
Where are you? He gone.
No.
Oh, there he is.
Anthony, how's it going, man?
It could be better, but you know, it is what it is. Had a little bit of rough start trying to avoid some wrecks, and then obviously that big one there at the end. You know, I was coming out the pits. I was looking at my relative and seeing I had about 10 seconds before the pack was going to pick up, and whoever was in front of me that was coming out, I was going to try to stay up high for the whole pack to pass down low. And obviously the person in front of me, they were kind of slower than I was coming out the pit, so I went down low, and by that time the packet came up, and I was kind of stuck in the middle, and we all seen what happened there. And unfortunately, it was about another 12 minutes of repairs or so, so it was just going to be, I figured just sit out the rest of the race. There's no point in me trying to join back in.
Yeah,
But there's always the
definitely.
next one. So.
Yeah, I mean, you get one throwout race, so may as well use it here at the most unpredictable track, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, sitting out there running alongside some of these new names, obviously you came in at about race number 4 or 5 last season and finished out the season with us. So this is your first full-time season coming in here. Some of these new names coming in, anybody out there you've seen you hook up with really well? I mean, what are you seeing out there on the track with some of these newer guys?
They seem the ones that I ran into. I mean, they seem to be doing well. I've had a little bit of issues with number 70, Mofit, I think is his last name. On one of the laps where I spun him out because I was on the low and he was just coming down, and instead of staying up high on me, and he ended up just making me spin him out there. But other than that little incident, I mean, I haven't really had any other run-ins with anyone, it seems like.
That's good. Tyler,
But,
anything you got on your mind here? I mean, this is the chance we finally got somebody we can ask some questions about this race.
Yeah, right. Well, unfortunately, this race has kind of been a little bit of a demolition derby at points. We have had some good green flag racing here and there, thankfully, but going on to the rest of the season, none of these tracks are unpredictable. Are there any tracks that you have circled personally that you're going to have a good run at or anticipate to have a good run at?
Let me take a look at the schedule again real quick. What we have coming up.
It is a very large schedule. There are so many races between this and trucks at this point. I'm personally, I don't know where we're being week to week at this point.
Well, we got my home track next week. I'm super excited for that in ARCA. Just saying.
Yeah, Irwindale. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss out on that one because I got some other priorities. But I'll try to be at the rest of them for this season. But the one that I'm looking forward to this year is going to be Darlington. I didn't care for it too much last year, but I feel like Darlington I'll have a good run at, and I feel like as long as I get some more practice laps in with that, I should do pretty decent with it.
All right, man. We're going to get ready to go green here. Thank you for joining us, and unfortunate about the wrecks and everything that happened. I'm sure we'll see. Yeah, of course, man. And I mean, I think that's your first interview, so good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, now let's see. Oh, easy enough. There we go. Thanks very much,
Logan
Anthony.
Monteith gets a jump. Logan Monteith with a huge jump. He's going to clear by a car length. I do think that Dade is going to try and squeeze down to the inside.
He has. Michael gave it to him a bit there. But yeah, that was very tight. Tyler DeTalent really feeling the struggle. That outside lane has not caught the locomotive action just yet, and it's really kind of broken up. He's it dives around the 6. Look at that, Dade Grajewski.
Wow, power move.
And
there's
they
5 of them. There's
come with him, and they're dropping down. Wow, look at the 7.
Yeah, Adam had a fantastic run right there. That was insane. Put it 3 wide, almost 4 wide. He thought about it, and he went from I think it was 8th to 3rd. That was insane. That was a great move by him. Logan probably not too happy about losing out the lead like that, but he's got his buddy Tyler right beside him, and the 70 fun. Or the 7, they're talking about the 51 in the chat, so I just automatically said 51 and combined it with 7. So the 7 car, though, he has been blinking. They're yelling at him to try to get out of the way right now. But 3 Evil Empire boys right there behind the 3 cars in front of him. They are not all teammates. Cofield is part of Payday Racing, but he's up there helping out those boys and trying to block a lane, it looks like, for Dade Grajewski. But here comes Tyler lining up to the back of the 58 right now. Those 2 are good buddies. They met in ORRL League. We have a few of them from in there, and they're going to be shoving each other, trying to get to the front right now. It looks like the 58 at Cofield is going to be at Dade's bumper, at his door now. They're coming with a head of steam. Here comes Steve Lovin to the outside, making it 3 wide. Dustin Bali is not going to commit with him.
No, he looks like he's still hanging on to Victor Lugo. he has held back, keeping himself up there. And Steve Loving is going to get that buyer's remorse. He's going to fall back into that second line. Oh, it's still kind of loose everywhere. No, it is 2 lines once again. It just didn't look like it didn't look like Dustin felt like he had a run to get there with him.
3 wide. Dustin Bobby putting it 3 wide on Steve Loving. Steve Loving gonna go try and pinch, but he knows it's just not worth it. So he's gonna try and squeeze right in front of Alan Warnicki, another pair of ORRL guys. So they know each other. They've raced with each other before. But here comes Dustin Bali to the outside, making it 3 wide. Tyler to Talent going down, touching the 64 with a little bit of netcode, it looks like, with the way they kind of bounced a little bit. But Dave Krajewski and Jonathan Cofield are side by side going to the corner. They're trying to side draft off of each other, not holding each other's lane. Looks like it's some typical 5 freeway driving in California right here. Dustin Bali making another attempt at the 3 wide. He's going to get it, too. He's going to put Tyler to Talent all the way on the outside. The 94 looking. He's thinking about it. Indecisive. He's not going to do it. Tyler to Talent is going to fall to the back if nobody picks him up right here. Logan to the middle. He's going to try to go to the high side, maybe pick up Tyler, I think. No. He's going to stay in the middle lane, just try to keep calm. I bet you Tyler is not very happy, nor are his fans. Sorry to see him drop to the back right there, but he had a valiant effort while it lasted. Let's see if he can get back up there before the end of the race. We still got a side-by-side battle for the lead, but we got some strong pushers up top. We got Dustin Bali and Logan Cofield dropping to the bottom. Here comes Bali, though. Bali and Logan are going to be a good tandem to work with. It looks like Steve Lovin to the high side as well, so they're just getting that momentum back. I wonder if Dave's going to go and jump up to the high side.
He wants to, but he really doesn't have the opportunity. Dustin Bali has a huge wave of momentum behind him, and just like that, being pushed out in front, this was probably worst case scenario. If you were going to have somebody that you moved down and left open, it probably should not be the 21 of Dustin Bali. He has shown prowess on these plate tracks. I mean, aside from the fact that he's a 2-time winner, as is Jonathan Cofield, for last season. But, I mean, at Daytona last season, he was a shoo-in to win before the big one at the last. Oh, man, look at how tight and behind him Logan was. Logan was completely had his car lifted up, looked like. I
told you, he's a good pusher. And I bet you in that 21, you'll see a little... Just lagged out on my screen. Goodbye, everybody. I am back now, and Dustin Bali back to the front. He's going to clear him, and he's going to drop down now. Logan is now left alone with Steve Loving. Oh, there's a wreck! Michael Gudger has gotten turned by the 7 of Adam Lang.
Gudger is now racing this race backwards.
Yeah, that was all in the 7 car right there. It looked like he just didn't check up. Tried to make it 3 wide going into the corner. And that's going to leave us probably with a green-white checkered.
That is really unfortunate on his behalf. We take a look back here. Get kind of close in. Yeah, it looks like the 64 felt a real need to check up from the 6. And the 7, I'm really not sure. Yeah, just scenario being like that. And then the 26, I mean, he really didn't know where he could go at that point. The 84 gets under the 26 as well. And then the 51 plowing up the 64 side. Some of these guys, I don't know how they've come back from the wrecks they've been a part of to still be up here in the front that they've been caught up in with the damage on their cars. So, I mean, this might be just enough to hold some of these guys out now. But, I mean, with all, you know, fortune on them, it won't be that way. So it looks like Robert Brobst is the lucky dog. He is going to get sent around.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of an unfortunate race so far. I mean, we've had some really good moments. It's just plate racing, man. So, kind of a hit or miss race. These guys just getting a little too impatient, unfortunately, and they're going to have to find the repercussions in a little bit.
Absolutely. And something to note here, we haven't actually touched on. Last season, if you were with us, which of course all of you were, you may have realized that we were in fact utilizing the choose cone rule for our races, which if you're familiar with racing, then you know, but if you aren't, very simply on the restart, the lap before the green, while under caution, there would be a point on the track where everybody would make a choice to choose the top lane or the bottom lane, and that could really shake things up. Just due to the nature of this series and getting people accustomed to it and really just trying to develop people, we have dropped the choose cone this season.
It's for all series as well, just because it was causing a little bit of havoc here and there. So we're going to go back to some old-fashioned just two-wide racing. Hopefully you get a good starting spot, and if not, then rest in peace, buddy.
Austin Holbrook is sent around. Yes, indeed. Eventually, there may be an opportunity as we get closer to maybe launching Xfinity, perhaps even eventually launching into Cup, where we might see the return, because by then, those guys, they're our cream of the crop. Those are the best of the best by that point, getting up to there. So there's more of an opportunity. We can trust them to be able to make those decisions and it not get too out of control. So it may make a return, but for now, we are doing the standard lineup when you come out of caution. So that is going to put Logan Monteith and Dustin Bally side by side. It would have at Juice Cone anyway, because that's just how that always shakes out. But the rest of the pack here, very interestingly, Tyler DeTalon is about to find himself in a position to make some big moves up front again, as is Steve Loving. Dade Grajewski,
and you know he will.
Still here in the top 5. That number 6 car is pushing.
Yeah, that number 6 car, he has been up there at the end of this night, actually. He wasn't really a big factor throughout the early parts of this race, but typical Dade fashion, you'll find him up in the end at some point.
And looks like Alex car coming off of pit road now. Interesting. Is that Robert Brobst? Yeah, it is. Wow, he's got a lot of damage. His left wheel is practically not touching the ground from my perspective. So he's having a rough go of it. Especially ever since that first caution. But I mean, we're sitting here at 7 cautions. It has been a rough night, but that is kind of what happens in plate racing, especially in these ARCA cars. But before we get into anything, we do want to say thank you to our race sponsor here at the Round Here Entertainment 150. Big thank you to Round Here Entertainment. They provide a platform for local and unsigned artists to be broadcast on multiple radio stations throughout Louisiana and nationwide. You can tune in and you find yourself your new favorite band. All you gotta do, find out more, is go to www.roundhereshow.com. That is www.roundhereshow.com. Round Here Entertainment. Listen local. Listen Round Here. As we settle in and get ready to take a look here, as everything's getting ready to go green, I gotta tell you, I am a little bit excited for the inevitable clip of the pace car wrecking, because it could not have possibly happened at a better time. But yeah, I definitely would say there's definitely gonna be some driver meetings that occur this week to get people back in line here for ARCA as we go back green, and to really kind of assess and get people all on the same page, because it's definitely been a lot rougher than at least I was anticipating. I know Daytona can be rough, but I mean, it's really interesting coming from a race where we had the finale went caution free at Vegas, and we come back to having a bit of a tough one. We're up to 7 cautions here, so Steve Loving is strung to the outside. Yeah, he's just
he had a little bit of momentum to begin with, but here we go with less than 3 laps to go. Coming to the line, we got 3 to go at the line, sorry, but we have Logan Monteith now side drafting 21, the 58 of Jonathan Cofield looking to the inside. I mean, the 21 was kind of peeking through just a little bit on that middle lane, so maybe Cofield thought he can get a nose in there. But somebody in this other, 3 rows behind the leaders, I think they're looking in the catbird seat. Tyler DeTalent making contact with the 72. He drifted up. He's going to have to try and stay down there, gather some momentum back, and get that draft off the 6 car. But we have a 2x2 battle right now. Cofield looking to the middle, kind of snaking through right now. The 99 side drafting. Looks like they got caught a little bit with a little bit of netcode, the way they both dragged their cars a little bit.
Yeah.
29 making it 3 wide. He's thinking about it. Day's going to make him check up big time, though, as that gap closes.
The 21 throwing a very small block on the 99 there as they were as the 99 fell behind him. Just getting enough to try to dirty the area a bit. Jackson Samsel hard to the outside, making it 3 wide back, and Steve Loving is going to heck up with him.
No,
Jackson leaves him to dry.
3 wide.
Oh no, Victor Lugo. And they're going to make the 6 car Michael Gudger as well. What is happening here?
So there was 3 cars that got in that wreck. It was Tyler the Talent and the 7 car got into each other. That was just a bad representation right there. That's gonna be a green-white checker coming up.
I would just like to point out to the wonderful DeTalent family that I said not a word about Tyler DeTalent this entire restart. So I'm going to not take that one as my fault this time.
We were looking at him.
Looking at him, yeah. You're right. I shouldn't have been watching the race. That was on me.
Yeah, I should have been closing your eyes. Come on, we're on MRN now.
Let's take a look back here. Look back at the 29 as he's side by side with the 72. A lot of interesting things were happening here. It gets very tight. The 99 right down on the 58 there. If you look, that was very impressive side drafting off the 58, trying to get that. Logan's one of the only people I can see get that close to a car and not contact them too much, if any. And as we look here, Tyler goes to the middle. He just taps the 7 up underneath. It sends the 7 to the outside. And he just comes up more. I'm not really sure. It looks like the 6 got loose on it, and they all go spinning just very much Dale Jr. And Jimmy Johnson style, side by side, that way down. And to take a look here, I want to take a look at what happened with Michael Gudger that sent him.
Jackson just got into him. Arca braked it.
And that catches Steve Loving enough to send him into the wall. He comes down hard across the nose. And that definitely did a number on quite a few other cars at that point. 87, the 07. The 05 gets taken out by the 18, not being able to stop from coming back up the track on that. 17 caught as well. A lot of people hit there. We are coming to a green-white checkered here, but that's just not what you want to see. There were a lot of really great guys that had been fighting all race to get up there, and just a little bit of something, and it takes them all. I mean, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, a little bit of a disappointment, to be honest, but we got your highest running ARCA car, Christopher Pindell. He is a rookie. He joined in, yesterday at most. He is already picked up by Nathan Gentry, the league sponsor of GTCC, and he's running up in 3rd right now. He has a good chance at winning this race. He was not pushing anybody too egregiously, but he was hanging out right behind him and just letting the train take him up to the front. So he's up here. He could be your highest finishing ARCA car and possibly even in victory lane tonight. We got Alan Warnicki, though. He is up in 5th right now, looking at Cofield, trying to get up to the front. They got Kalufa in 6th, Victor Lugo 7th, Jackson Samsel 8th, and the rest of your top 10 are Brian Brobst and Steve Loving. So quite a few ARCA guys, especially ARCA guys you don't necessarily see up front horribly often yet. And obviously, like I said, the rookie. So the 2 rookies.
I do not have Steve Loving in top 10. I have Blake Hoppy in the top 10. Steve Loving is in 15th.
Oh, wow. So it looks like they just switched up then. Yep, there he goes. Goodbye. Bye, Steve. I guess I'm behind now.
Oh, man. I don't know why you did that to poor Christopher Bendel and Alan Wernicke. But, I mean, if you believe in yourself, that was... you believe in your ability to not curse them here, then everything should be okay.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens here. This is going to be pretty wild. So
big fan of that Gatorade Zero car
for the
as
radio.
well. And that liquid
Christopher
car.
over the radio just said that I'm going to do what I have to do to try to get you to the front here, Logan. So we got a little packed on the bottom here, a Ford and a Chevy. Something not too often that you'll see. As you look to the outside, actually, it's a Ford and a Chevy. Never mind. Look at that.
I know. It's very interesting. Generally, Dustin Bawley was driving Pontiac last season with off-the-wall racing. Now this season, bushwhacking, he's running a Ford. So, just, yeah, Ford Chevy linking up outside. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this goes. Historically, Logan Monteith has had the best on restarts. And so we're going to see just what you know, if he's going to be able to get some action here. The 94 shaking out his tires a little bit, getting very close to the 58. I'm just so on edge at this point that I don't trust anybody anymore, even the good guys.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I don't blame you. I'm in the same way.
Anymore. I don't know who to trust. So
Got a driver instinct right now. So we got Victor Lugo though hanging back a little bit, trying to get a Kyle Busch start. It looks like Logan Monteith with a pretty solid start. He's going to be dragging the 94 along. Oh, he's going to get real close to the bumper of that 21 car. Here comes Cofield though, giving him a big shove. Dustin Bally up top. They're going to have a huge run coming to the outside lane. The 94 trying to side draft a little bit, drifting up the track a little bit, kind of snaking around. Let's see what Warnicki does here. He has a couple lanes to do something. We got Abraham Kalufa right behind him in his trail. This could get real tandem real fast.
Oh, he jumps outside. He does want to ride that outside train. Oh, it's Cofield.
He's going to go with Cofield. That's his ORL, buddy. Here comes Logan to the bottom, though. Him and the 94 car, they are working together really well. The 21's going to side draft the 58. They're going to side draft. Here comes Jackson Samsel to the bottom of the track. Abraham Kalufa up into third place with Victor Lugo coming on the fifth spot on the bottom row. Here comes Dustin Bally, though, back up the middle. So he's looking.
Abraham going with Dustin.
Final lap. White flag is out.
This thing will be official here. Oh, Jonathan Cofield is way too tight on the inside there. He's trying to send it 3 wide. He's very close on the 21. It is getting frighteningly squirrely in there, but it looks like Logan Monteith has plenty.
No, here comes Abraham Kalufa.
Oh, he's tight. Abraham Kalufa is tight. Oh, no, he loses it. Oh, no. And that's that. A huge wreck. It's everybody.
It's everybody for themselves.
No, it's Cofield. Jonathan Cofield.
It's gonna be a drag race.
No, Logan spun across the line.
It's gonna be Jonathan Cofield in an extreme finish. That was an incident.
As we look to who's coming across the lines here.
Wow.
17, Joe Rapp. And Tyler DeTalent moves up to 9th. He finishes top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
What a top 10. Joe Rapp, though, 8th place.
Blake Hoppy rounding out that top 10. A lot of guys still just kind of inching their way to get to that finish line at this point. Man, what a incredible finish there. Jonathan Cofield. I really thought that was Logan Monteith, but I don't know what happened, whether he got loose from somebody touching him, whether the accident just took too much off of him, whether Cofield had way better support out of it. It was enough, and Logan, to his credit, tried to side draft him, tried to pull it off him. He just had nothing to give him, and Cofield was able to blow right by. And here we look at the celebration of the number 58, Jonathan Cofield, winning here the Round Here Entertainment 150 at Daytona.
What a finish. That was insane. Typical plate race finish, but unfortunately, the wrecks are going to mar that race just a little bit. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of happy campers, but let's see who had a good run. Let's bring in our 5 interviewees whenever we get a chance.
Well, let's go ahead and, let's see who we can grab here. I think
say we get Abraham Kalufa, 7th place, one of his best ARCA finishes to date.
Yeah, we can talk to Abraham.
All right, let's move him into this server here. Give me a second. Not working the way I wanted it to. It looks like he already disappeared, unfortunately. He is gone.
Well, that's
he decided that he had none of it.
Well, I think if we do have Alan Wernicke here, I mean, he came in second as well. Let's see. And we want to see, do we want to go ahead and pull in our winner and get talking to Jonathan here, give him the spotlight?
Nah, he'll be at the end of it. The spotlight for the end of it. We'll get our 2 interviewees and then our podium out of the way. But here we go. Alan Wernicke, you got us?
Just wait for him to get pulled in.
I'm having trouble pulling him in, I guess.
There we go.
There he is. All right, Alan Wernicke, you got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right. Well, it looked like you helped out your buddy Jonathan Cofield. I know you guys ran in the ORRL league together for a while, and maybe still do. It's been a while since I've ran over there, but you guys had that team chemistry, as you said over the radio. You shake, I bake, and you guys finished 1-2, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yes, you did.
I think that's how it shook out.
Well, I mean, pretty hectic race overall. Unfortunately, had a lot of cautions. Not typical with this league, but a lot of egos out there just trying to do what they can. So, what was your thought on it, and how you feeling for that second place finish?
Second place with my car is fantastic. I had almost 4 minutes of damage from the first wreck, and that's the car that finished.
That is insane. Yeah, that's pretty insane. That's very, very impressive, my man. And you ran up front all night. You were fast in practice, so I'm assuming that you're going to be running most of this league here, maybe full time. Do you think we could see you as a championship favorite?
I would not say favorite. I've raced against enough of these guys. It's not a favorite.
Well, man, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just like a solid 7th would be normal, I would guess.
Well, I mean, you finished second, starting it off right. So let's see if you can keep that momentum up, man. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go back?
I got nothing for you guys. I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch a race from a different point of view.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll put you back into TD Racing. That's where I think I pulled you out of from. So thank you again. Good run.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. What do you say we get Joe Rapp up in here? I mean, rookie didn't have the best start of this season. I mean, he was in the fence. Remember that one time getting lapped down? Let's see if we can bring him into the booth here. Okay. And he's gone too. A lot of people are leaving tonight. A little bit of hurt feelings, but I know who's waiting. I know somebody who's waiting. I think we both know who this is.
There it is.
Oh, Tyler the Talent invited him to speak. Hop on in, boss. Accept the invitation to speak.
The Talent family, get excited. Here he comes. Resident Clint Boyer himself. Don't worry, it is a little confusing getting into this, but you will get the hang of it. Come on.
Let's go, Tyler. Well. All right, well, he's having a little bit of trouble here. So let's interview.
We can look at fixing this. Hang on, let's see.
I'm going to bring third place up in here, too, just to get him ready.
Yeah,
if he didn't disappear.
Whoever connects first. Let's get Logan.
Now we got third place Brian Brobst.
Brian Brobst is showing us third. Yeah, wow. My live timer is incorrect. That is my bad, Brian. It had you in fourth on the tower, but you are in fact third in results. Very, very good. Let's see if we can get you in here, man.
Looking like they're both having some trouble right now.
It is just as simple. All you got to do is at the bottom there, click join the stage, or speak in the stage, whatever it says, and that should pull you in.
There we go. We got Tyler the Talent. Hold on, Brian. Give us 1 second.
Hello.
All right. So Tyler the Talent had a interesting race up and down throughout the night. Had a late race kerfuffle with his teammate Adam Lang there. What happened at the end of that, and how'd you manage to come back and finish in 9th?
Well, it was a crazy race. I was just trying to stay up front with Logan, pushing him for just a good time. And it just got down to the end. I got shuffled out to the outside and just pretty much rolled to the back. So I was holding on, just kind of holding on, and then got to a point where I was running about maybe 6th or 7th, and talking to Adam, and I said, Adam, I said, I can't wait no more. I got to make a move. I got to do something. So we agreed he'd give me a little bit of room to shoot the middle. And I guess whenever I did that, I went up a little too far, made contact with him, and Dade was coming up to also block the run that I had. So I got into Dade a little bit too, and then it just kind of went all downhill from there. But I still had my fast repair, so went in and got that. And then had to start at the end because I went into a closed pit, so I was pretty much bobbing and weaving those last 2 laps, just getting around the people that had damage. And I stayed far enough back where I could see the wreck happen, and I got slowed up enough to take it down below the line and kind of dirt track my way around in the grass a little bit just to get around all the carnage. But got 9th. I'll take a top 10, but damn it, I wanted that one.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of people watching, and we gave you a lot of praise in the pre-race show and during the race about how we do think that you will be a championship favorite this season. So don't hang your head too badly. I'm sure you'll be back up there, man. And anybody you want to thank before you go?
Yeah, thank you guys for the confidence boost there. I just try and, do what I can each week, whether it be top 5, top 10, whatever. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it. I got to thank my parents for watching, sticking around. I see now in the YouTube comments, Dad's look like my #1 fan in there. I got a couple buddies watching. Just thanks to everybody that watched, regardless of who you were cheering for. Hope to keep that same energy all season, and let's make this league big.
I like it, man. Well, thank you for joining us up in the booth, and we are going to see you Thursday, sir.
Yes, thank you. See you guys then.
All right, Mr. Tyler to Talent. Let's get Brian Bropes up in here before we get our winner. Brian, we just invited you. Come on into the stage. There you are, sir. Finished in 3rd place. I think this is your best ARCA finish to date as well. So how you feeling for that one?
Oh, I have. This was like a practice for Thursday night, and it was almost a bad. I started in the back because that's what my game plan was. Just run in the back, be calm, and I think I used my fast repair on like lap 9. So I was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna be good," and I pretty much ran in the back the whole time, just trying to stay out of trouble. And yeah, next thing you know, we're coming off turn 4, and I'm sitting there 4th, and yeah, and the whole field's right. At least it wasn't me this time. All right, I was staying up high. I was like, "Nope, I'm not doing it."
Well, I mean, that patience paid off. Ended up in 3rd. I know you had a little bit of a spat with Logan there at the end. What happened there to get that 3rd place finish?
He was trying to, I guess he was trying to side draft because Cofield and the green car was up high, and he was trying to side draft, left the inside wide open, and it was like a split decision there. My spotter said car high, so I knew my nose was there, but he was still coming down to block me. I guess he saw me coming, and I kind of got, I don't know if he drove me under the line or not. I haven't even looked at the replay yet. I was talking to folks, but yeah, I just kind of tried to hold my line, and I think we went beside each other. I think we're like, he's facing the opposite way, but oh well. It was just more of a practice race for me. I wasn't trying to wreck no one, just trying to stay clean, but oh well.
All right, man. Well, I mean, good finish, good job anyways. And starting off, I know you're not ARCA full-time. I know you're in the truck series, but I mean, starting off a race weekend, pretty nice. Race week, I should say, actually, for this. But anybody you want to thank before we let you go back?
Oh, sponsor list. Oh man. Let's thank everyone, the GTCC. But yeah, just thank you guys in the booth that broadcast this and all that. Let's keep this thing going.
All right, man. Thank you very, very much. It looks like our boy has left the chat, so unfortunately, we're not going to get a race. Oh, no, there he is. He popped back in. We're good. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we have captured Mr. Jonathan Cofield. He is now in the chat, invited to speak. Jonathan, go ahead and press the join the stage. There you go. You already got it.
He does not miss an interview, ladies and gentlemen. He does not miss an interview.
Lord, no.
He wants to be up here. He wants to have the spotlight right now. So, Mr. Jonathan Cofield, a hectic race. You were up front all night making some huge moves, and those massive moves, like not just like big moves, they were huge, dude, and they all paid off. They were some big cojones moves, I should say. Hopefully, most of our viewers are English and doesn't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, starting off the race week right, you got Thursday with the trucks at Daytona as well. So, how you feeling for this?
Oh, I love plate racing. Can't wait to get in the trucks. Whole lot different drafting procedure in the truck, so the high line will work a little better. when I moved up, I've run with Warnecki before. I knew if I went to the Highline, I'd asked him to go with me. So we went up there, and those other guys started coming around the bottom of us. I was like, oh man, that was the wrong move. We ain't gonna make it. But everything kind of played out. Started in the rear, didn't kind of wanted to keep my nose clean for the first half of the race, and then kind of got up front a little faster than I wanted to. I wanted to kind of hang back a little bit. Didn't have to use no fast repair. Kind of kept the car clean all night. Had a good race.
That's pretty impressive that you didn't use a fastie, man. Well, congratulations on your win. Like I said, starting off this race week right. Probably got some good momentum going into Daytona on Thursday. So good job, man. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go celebrate? Go drink a beer or something?
Oh yeah, I want to thank Jacob Bradley. He was in there with us, spotting damage reports. I want to thank Vintage. I want to thank them guys for letting me come in there, because I was the only payday driver. Didn't really have no help, but I let those guys let me hang out. Want to thank you guys in the broadcast. Do an awesome job. Can't wait to go back and watch. Let's see this. Want to thank GTCC for coming on board and sponsoring our ARCA series. I want to thank the ARCA series for letting us truck guys come down here and run a few races with them. I think they're going to put on a hell of a show. Need to thank Cofield Supply, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, just everybody that puts this league on. Love this league, man. Y'all just keep building and building every season. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yes, sir, man. Well, thank you for all of that. That was a very, very, very good sponsor list. I'm very, very impressed with you with that one. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna see a lot of growth throughout the league. I think we have you racing 2 more races. Am I right? In this ARCA league?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 more. I like to do the road race, and I'm gonna do Road Atlanta, and I can't remember the third one.
No worries, man. Well, we'll see you out here 2 more times in the ARCA series, and we'll probably end up interviewing you, whether it's a podium or a bad run on accident, get into a wreck with somebody, or somehow, some way. We always love interviewing you, it seems like.
But I appreciate being here, man.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you as well. Good win tonight. Go celebrate. Have a good time. Go hop in with your boys, man.
Thank you, bud.
All right. Well, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, it seems like. What do you think of that?
Ask me tomorrow. I'm not really sure at this point. There were a lot of ups. There were a very, very many downs. And frankly, I know that this league is definitely capable of a lot more. And, that's growing pains. And everybody, who's upset tonight is going to realize that as the season goes on, it's going to clean up. It's going to get a lot better. People are going to hook up with people and find out that, there's a lot of guys out here that are, they work really well with, and other people they really don't work well with. And it's all going to come together very slowly, but, before long, it's all going to kind of shake out. So, I mean, it's just the way things end up going, especially with a bunch of new people who, like we said, it was kind of pointed out there weren't a whole lot of practice sessions in terms of from what I could see that a lot of people ended up getting into. Really, it was just kind of the clash for who could make it last week. And that always plays a factor because you really don't get the chance to pack race like for a good amount of laps like you do in the actual race. So, but I mean, all in all, it was exciting. It was Daytona, and I mean, it came down to a classic Daytona finish.
Yeah, that is for sure. Yeah, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but let's end it with an up, man. I mean, you got to thank our sponsors real quick. You're the best at it, so I'm going to let you take the stage on that.
Oh, I'm sorry, what were we for just a moment there? I had to take my headphones off just a moment to grab something,
of
and
course,
as I come back, I hear you queuing over to me.
All right. So what I was saying was, let's end it on a good note here. Let's thank our beloved sponsors that we all have for most of the races here.
I am good at that.
Yes, sir.
I'm very good at sponsor reads. Well, first off, I want to thank our series sponsor, GTCC. That is, of course, Nathan Gentry's league that he runs in the GT cars. I'm not sure. I want to say it's like GT Cup Championship, something like that. I feel so bad, Nathan, but I'll get with you after this, and we'll get that cleared up for next race. But that's our current series sponsor. We'll have some links and some stuff updated in the descriptions to make sure you guys can go take a look at whatever they got going on. And if you're interested in GT racing, I mean, Nathan Gentry, awesome dude. So it's definitely great to have him on board, especially sponsoring this, and to have that really cool Bush inspired logo we got up there. Of course, want to thank our race sponsor, Round Here Entertainment. As always, with Round Here, they provide a platform for local and unsigned artists to be broadcast on multiple radio stations throughout Louisiana and nationwide. You can tune in, and you may just find your new favorite band. You want to find out more? Go to www.roundhereshow.com. Round Here Entertainment. Listen local, listen Round Here. And of course, next week we will be heading to, let's take a look here. Drum roll, Irwindale Speedway. For the Martin Sports 130, it is a night race. And I know, Tyler, you were talking a bit about being pretty excited for that one.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be on the track for that one, so you either may have to get a backup for a little bit, or you can keep me in the booth and I'll be driving. Granted, I may be focused here and there, but if I get some leeway, I'll be able to talk about what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, and just continuing on my merry way. So hopefully we'll be able to stay in the booth together, but yeah, I really want to run Irwindale. I love Irwindale. It's my home track.
Oh, hey, man. Absolutely. And I mean, we're gonna be having a fantastic time at that one. And of course, do not forget, Thursday night, the Truck Series debut at Daytona is the first ever Truck Series race for Backmarkers Racing League. And it will be the Sly Designs 250 at Daytona International Speedway night race. 100 laps. It is gonna be amazing, of course. I mean, a lot of these guys, we may have had some issues with some truck drivers here tonight, but my hope, my bet is that they're going to have it cleaned up by Thursday come that time, and it's going to be a very, very interesting run. So those cars can push each other a whole lot more. You can get right on the back of another one with those flat fronts, flat backs. So there's going to be a lot of pushing and just a really, really good time, I'm sure. So make sure you are subscribed down below. This is our official YouTube channel, Backmarkers Racing League. We are no longer broadcasting on Extreme Sim TV. Big thank you to Matthew Johnson for his help for the past 2 seasons. But we have struck out on our own accord, so we need you to subscribe down below. And always click the like button, because every time you do, it helps boost us in the algorithm. Hey, if you're watching this video on the replay after the fact, maybe you'll miss the live stream. A lot of you guys tend to come watch this thing afterwards. Come drop a comment. That always really helps us out. We're really trying to grow this thing and get some following on here. And more eyes on people means more eyes on the stream, and it means more eyes on your faves, on your family, on your friends. So let's all make some big pushes here and get some momentum behind this thing. Is there anybody else you want to finish up here with, Tyler?
Well, I mean, just thank you for everybody that watched. I know Tyler the Talent had a lot of fans up in here. So thank you guys. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week at Irwindale. I know he's going to have a solid day there. I can almost guarantee it, just because of that confidence boost, and I'll work with him throughout the week as well. Thank you just to all the drivers. I know it was a rough race, but we live and we learn, and penalties may come, but still overall solid show, and super proud of these guys and just super thankful that they're showing up at least. I mean, there's a reason why that we're having a lot of ego issues, because we're having a lot of great drivers up in here. So you got to win some, you got to lose some, but otherwise, thank you for helping me out with the broadcast here. You obviously, as usual, did a fantastic job, and our dynamic duo, we are back, baby, and I'm excited to do the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And of course, as we said, thank you to our sponsors, GTCC and Round Here Entertainment. We will see you this Thursday. That is the 13th of April, the year 2023. We'll see you this Thursday for the first kickoff race of our truck series, Sly Designs Truck Series, at the Sly Designs 250 at Daytona. And then we'll see you next Tuesday for Irwindale. So make sure you guys check your broadcast listings here on our channel. You can click notifications. We usually list them early. And we will see you next week. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you each week in and week out. Tell your friends we love you. Goodbye and good night.